Thank you for the warning. I've got kids songs stuck on the brain today. So
I just like how I just like how.
Melon?
No, I don't think that's what it was.
Super simple songs. We've complimented Coco Melon with super simple learning.
Is that a new brand?
I don't think it's new. I think it's been around for a while.
Well, I mean, for your household though, it's
for the house. Yeah, I think we played some of it while you were here last weekend.
I tried to tune it all out as much as I possibly.
You're smart for that. I saw a new.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello. The Miami Dolphins are here.
It's not.
Let me.
It's
have
Mike.
It.
It's
Just
Mike.
Let me have it. Just let
Mike
me have
Dolphins. When are we doing 2022?
I've kicked Joe out. Joe's been kicked out of the pre-show.
Good. So I can answer Woozy's question about the 2022 draft machine.
Sure, I'll put it up on the screen.
We are working on some developmental upgrades to that. We want to make sure when we start the new cycle that all of the updates and user experience and new features, all that stuff gets a chance to be plugged in. So, and we're also scouting the players right now. So we're really taking our time to be thorough so that when you get in there, that experience can be the best version of itself that you possibly can be. Thankfully, it's June. So we got a little bit of time, and it will be up in plenty of time before the start of the season. But I know that's a big question that we get a lot of is, hey, when's MDM getting back updated? So it's coming, but it will be worth the wait because there's a lot of great things that are in the works to make that experience even better than what it was this past year.
You're back, Joe, so you can.
Hey, Joe. Welcome back, brother.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
You're dumb.
Great to be with you guys. Oh, boy. Oh, wait, Mexican food over Italian food.
That's a great take, personally.
Splitting hairs, man. You're splitting hairs. They're both elite foods.
They're both really, I mean, I won't say they're really hard to get wrong, but, like, they're both very good. They're both delicious.
I think I would lean Italian, but.
Man. They're so opposite, though. I think that's what makes it an interesting topic because.
I'm just a pasta guy. So.
You and my daughter, man. Pasta all the time. All right, we can't do remember Chris got mad at us for like getting into the takes last week in the pre-show?
Right, before. So, Chris, you might as well just push play on the. You might as well just push play on the show. I mean, it's 7:30. Let's party, man.
Let's roll. Let's boogie.
Let's do it.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes here on the Draft Dudes live stream presented by Mighty Swell. Watermelon mint tonight. Kyle, is that a watermelon mint as well on your
Grapefruit.
end?
Grapefruit. Chris's eyes are so bright that the poop hat is back.
They're delicious.
So happy. Couldn't be happier.
Very refreshing.
Sorry.
Hopefully we get some refreshing takes here.
Sorry, let me join you guys.
Shuby.
Yeah.
Have a seltzer, man.
Dude, I can't.
You can't?
I mean, listen, it's 115 degrees out.
So, but I don't have any Mighty Swells in the house.
Well, stop drinking them so fast when they send them to you.
If only that was the problem. If only my agent just didn't do me any justice and send me any of them.
Oh, lordy. He's repping the brand though. Every live stream he's got that damn hat on.
It's the only time I wear the hat because
I don't know if I got one.
It's mesh.
I got a really great hat, Joe. I don't know if you saw it or not. But
I think I forgot to get one of those hats.
Yikes!
You should
imagine.
That would be. You know what, Joe? That'd be a really good bit on the show if you had one of those hats.
If you had a hat that you wore like with a recurring frequency, that'd
be a good little bit for you.
I'm just happy that it's here and back, and hopefully something will be worthy of it tonight.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a take worthy of the poop hat, guys.
Okay, that's a challenge.
But like
accepted.
Not on purpose. Like just have a legitimately bad take that you believe in.
Here you go. You got the hat ready?
No, listen. I liked Jordan Love as a prospect. I understood that he was a high variance passer and a high variance of outcomes. And perhaps the transition with Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love is being expedited a little bit because of the friction between Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, like, the whole reason they made that pick was because his traits with their stability as an organization, it's pretty rare to find a guy that is that toolsy at 26 overall. So I get why they took him. I don't think it's a super egregious take to think that he might play well, because I think he's got a great chance there.
I think the good thing about the 2020 quarterback class as it relates to Kyle is it was such a roller coaster preparing for that you're through the Dolphins lens, that I think you prepared yourself for every one of the scenarios, including like Andrew Thomas at 5 and then Jordan Love at 18. So
every 2 weeks I texted you with a different galaxy brain scenario of, like, and the big thing we had with Jordan Love was, would you rather start with a guy who wins outside of structure or start with a guy who wins inside of structure but can't do the other? So Jordan Love won outside of structure. Something to work with.
It's got tools, man.
Von Tell says, not really a take, but who would you guys say is the second best player in the NFC West not named Aaron Donald?
No,
eliminate quarterbacks as well. I have my answer already.
This isn't a take, but I really appreciate this question from Von Tell. I don't want to just egregiously forget somebody, so you're eliminating quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And we're live, so inevitably we'll say something. Somebody be like, so.
The name that's coming to my head very quickly here is Trent Williams.
I had DeAndre Hopkins.
Good call.
And Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones is my answer.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones is the answer to this question for me. I mean,
are we forgetting anybody? Like,
probably.
Who's Seattle's best player that's not Russell Wilson? Is it Jamal Adams?
Jamal Adams, DK Metcalf. I think.
Jalen
Ramsey needs to be a consideration.
Oh yeah, Jalen Ramsey. Damn, this is
Budda Baker. Although only the 16th rated safety by PFF.
It's probably Jalen Ramsey, right?
I will stand by my Chandler Jones.
From a physical talent perspective,
yeah,
probably. Oh, we didn't even mention George Kittle.
Damn.
Yeah, see, this is why we don't do.
No, it's fun. It's fun. Take, in 5 years, none of the 2021 quarterbacks will be considered top 10 due to the teams that they are on.
Oh man, the Miami Dolphins with the slander here. I disagree with that. No, I really.
No, he's gone. No, he tried it again. He did it in the pre-show and he got kicked, and then he was so committed to it. And he's talking right now. I can see his video box. He's talking because he thinks he's in here, and he's not. I can't hear you, Joe. I've taken you off the screen.
No one man should have all that power.
Okay, are you done with that joke?
Shuby, that's twice.
Mike,
5 minutes.
It's twice you've tried to land this terrible joke.
Okay, so, Joe, who do you think went to the best landing spot?
Justin Fields.
Over San Francisco and Trey Lance. I didn't ask about the quality of the quarterback. I just said who went to the best landing spot.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably Trey Lance.
Lance probably is going to the best environment, right?
For sure. Yeah, it's not close. Yeah.
He's got a ton of physical tools. If he hits, he'll be considered a top 10 quarterback because of the environment that he's in. I guess it's just what is your perceived likelihood. I think the floor for other quarterbacks is higher, and that's why TDN's evaluation of Trey Lance reflected as such, but I don't know. I bet on Trey Lance just as soon as I would bet on any of the other quarterbacks other than maybe Fields, who I just thought the floor and the floor was much higher and the ceiling was just as high.
Man, the NFL slept on Justin Fields. It's unreal, man. Like, he has top of the draft traits, dude. He was unreal accurate at Ohio State. What more do you want than a guy with size, accuracy, arm talent, proven in big moments, led a big time program, experience? What the hell more do you want?
But Joey was the quarterback at Ohio State.
I don't.
Yeah, he had Buckeyes on his helmet.
Yeah.
So clearly can't be good.
Dude, Jordan Reed had the best point on that. He said, you know why all the other Ohio State quarterbacks have failed in the NFL? Because none of them were friggin' quarterbacks. They were wide receivers trying to play quarterback, whether that was Terrell Pryor or Braxton Miller or Smith.
JT Barrett.
JT Barrett
was not a good passer.
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins is doesn't even know where Charlotte, North Carolina is.
You
he had his own demons, man.
Are you talking about Troy Smith?
Troy Smith, yeah.
So, I mean, Cardale Jones was a 1-year starter. Or not
he didn't
even,
go to
right?
Ohio State to play school, Kyle.
And then Dwayne Haskins was a 1-year starter. So Fields had a different resume, and Joe Burrow was an Ohio State quarterback before he was an LSU quarterback, just like Justin Fields was a Georgia Bulldog quarterback before he was a Ohio State quarterback. So there's plenty of loopholes here that you can find if you want.
Oh, yeah, Trevor Lawrence is really good, too. So I think we got a chance at a top 10 here.
Let's take from Raul. A team currently with multiple 2022 first-round picks will hold the first overall pick come the draft time. And Joe's now going to try to name the teams that have 2 first-round picks.
Draft dudes do math.
This is good. Just let Joe do it. You know what?
Philly? Oh, come on. See, now this is getting out of control, Shoop.
Godspeed.
Now it's my own show. I got kicked out twice. It's been 11 minutes, and I've now had the full screen on me in addition to being kicked off 2 different times. Need a little help from my friends here.
The Giants have 2 picks?
The Giants.
Yeah, they traded back. Remember?
They traded. They are the Justin Fields trade is them.
The Giants.
The Jets.
The Jets have 2 first-round picks.
They're still yeah. So the Giants, Jets,
Detroit.
The Detroit Lions have 2 first-round picks. Yeah.
Houston's eventually kidding. 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 Yeah, I think so. I think this is pretty fair. You got some real stinkers in the running here.
Well, okay, but here's where I can get behind this take is, Joe, we have effectively 200 players graded right now for the summer scouting for our group. You know how many first round grades
Not
we have?
many. Yeah, maybe like 10.
We have 13, I believe. You know how many we had last year collectively?
After summer scouting?
Yes.
I'm guessing somewhere in the 20s.
It was like 24. So we have almost twice as many first-round grades on last year's summer scouting evaluation period. And we're not done yet. We'll probably find a couple guys who we think are diamonds in the rough that we're willing to pound the table for, and that's fine. But we're not going to touch 24. We got 13. So if you're a team that has –
pretty thick, though, right?
Yes. The depth is pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you're a team that has multiple ones – you might as well identify an opportunity to go get somebody who you feel is comfortably worth your pick, whether that's a quarterback or somebody else. So I can definitely get behind a team that has ammunition, being aggressive and going up to get a guy who is like a confirmed dude, because right now I don't personally feel very good about the top of this draft coming up as things currently stand. And there's a season yet to play and guys will rise and that always happens. But just right now, looking at that, that's the storyline that I could say, yeah, a team that has multiple ones, even if they're a bad team that ends up with it organically, would still end up with the number 1 pick.
Permission to call somebody out in the chat.
Very good. Let's do it.
Permission granted, yeah.
I thought, Shuby, you controlled those types of things. So
I do. I was just asking you guys if you're okay with me going down this road of trolling somebody in the chat. All right.
Do it.
So listen, I appreciate everybody who puts in takes in the feed. Okay. If you put takes into the chat while we're doing this, I appreciate you.
I don't like where this is going.
When you spam multiple takes that are very similar to one another and you've just changed some of the names, I don't believe you are seriously in favor of your take. I think you're doing it just to get your takes read. So I'll put these 3 up, Luke. Okay. But just know,
Luke,
I'm calling you out here. Because here's take number 1. This seems okay. Kyle Pitts will have 850 plus yards this year. All right, seems reasonable. Couple minutes later, Devonta Smith will have more yards than Waddle this year. All right, and then a couple minutes later, Zach Wilson will lead rookies in touchdowns and picks this year. These are too quick for me.
Guy came with a list. You can't.
I'm surprised that Shuby had a problem with this.
Right, guys giving us takes.
It was a little quick.
All right, so Joe, which one of those 3 do you think is least likely?
What was the Zach Wilson one?
See, he's just firing them off now. Just firing them off now.
The Zach Wilson one is he would lead the rookies in touchdowns, and
there's just so many of them. I have to make sure I put up the right one.
And Zach Wilson are going to be throwing a lot of picks this year. A lot.
Okay, but will Zach Wilson lead the rookies in touchdowns?
No.
Give it to Trevor.
He's also not throwing 29 interceptions.
He's going to throw a lot.
I mean, I set the over-under at what, 18 and a half? Nobody
18 and a half, and Joe wouldn't take it.
Yeah, because I didn't want to sit there and root against these young quarterbacks.
Right.
I can't believe you discriminated against Luke for being prepared for the stream.
No,
that's crazy.
Get him, kick
you know
Shuby
what,
out
Chris? Get
him out.
Chris, here you go, Chris. That's what I think of you yelling at Luke.
Right.
For coming prepared.
Yeah.
He kicked himself out. Let's go.
Boom.
Let's
Get him out. I don't think we could put him on the screen, but we can have fun.
Yeah, no, we can't. He's gonna come back whenever he's ready.
No, again, listen, Luke, I apologize. Okay. But they were a little quick. They were just in there so fast. I thought you were just trying to maybe get your take read, and you were a believer. And that's I just had to, I had to make sure. So okay. All right. My apologies to everybody in the chat who's jumped me here for this. I have to find
get Sam's one about Jamison Crowder.
I read a headline about
Crowder they restructured his deal today.
Did it happen?
Yeah, they restructured his deal. Of course he's going to be on the Jets in week 1.
So
wait, did it actually happen?
Yes, it did. But didn't it feel like he was a dead man walking for like the entire offseason?
It certainly felt they were just going to cut the $10 million because it didn't cost them anything.
Right.
But they agreed to a restructure.
So, Chris, let me ask you this as a Jets guy. I have my belief on who is the biggest loser out of this.
Yes.
On the roster for the Jets.
Yes.
Who do you believe is the biggest loser of this decision? To keep him
this season?
Yes.
It's Elijah Moore.
Really? You think it comes at the expense of Elijah Moore?
I have a really tough time figuring out what schematically this offense is going to look like. Who's going on the other side?
Yards after catch.
Right, because Corey Davis is going out wide on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you asking to go out wide on the other side? Is it just going to be Elijah
Denzel
Moore?
Mims.
Mims is like not doing too hot, right?
Okay, no. Hold on, Kyle. Let's play this out. All right, Joe, you're putting Denzel Mims on the outside. Who are you putting inside?
Elijah Moore.
Well, then why did you restructure Jamison Crowder's contract?
I didn't.
Right, but you have to in this scenario. He's there. He's on the team.
I'm converting him to cornerback.
Okay, that's one.
Oh, you're giving him the John Ross treatment. I like it.
I think with Crowder coming back, he's clearly going to go inside. Corey Davis is going to go outside. I think Denzel Mims also gets the boot here because I think they put Elijah Moore outside. I think both of those guys. That is my
biggest loser.
Struggle.
Denzel Mims is my biggest loser for this news.
It certainly feels as though it's going to be really tough for him to get on the field with those 3 guys on a regular basis.
We got this Mechie Olave take. I've seen it twice now. Joe, your thoughts here?
Well, I think it comes down to which quarterback steps in and gets the ball out, right? I'm not really familiar with who the quarterback at Ohio State is. I'm assuming
it's probably going to be a freshman.
And Bryce Young, who's at least got some playing time at Alabama, I would side towards that, to be honest with you. Mechie having more yards and touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that means he's a better prospect. I certainly haven't seen both of these players yet. So
hang up the call and go watch Chris Olave, please. Please.
Me?
Joe.
I watched a ton of Ohio State last year.
I understand that, but he's going to break the streak. Do you know when the last time the Ohio State Buckeyes had a first-round pick of wide receiver?
I read your
Damn.
article.
Chris, did you read the article?
I didn't, but I have a more important question. Do I hear the ice cream man in the background?
Yeah, he's doing the loop.
Let's go.
Kind of getting any ice cream, man. I'll tell you that.
So, Chris.
Yes.
In the last 5 years, Ohio State has put out Michael Thomas, Curtis Samuel, and Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
Okay? A bunch of really good players.
Yeah.
Thomas led the league in receptions twice. McLaurin is averaging like 1,100 yards per season through his first 2 seasons. When is the last time Ohio State had a first-round pick of wide receiver? Don't read the comments.
Well, chat kind of. I have to. The comments are here, and I'll answer on behalf of chat because this would have been my guess. I would have gotten there eventually. Is it Ted Ginn Jr.?
It is Ted Ginn Jr.
Yes, the only person I could have thought of. That would have made sense in this.
Kyle, I will be honest with you. Whenever I saw you wrote the article, I started to think to myself, well, who is it? And my guess was Joey Callaway.
Actually, if you want to get technical, it is Anthony Gonzalez. He was drafted 32nd overall in the same draft class as Ted Ginn. So technically, Anthony Gonzalez is more recent of a first-round pick at wide receiver than Ted Ginn, although they both came in the same draft class.
Galloway was 95.
Yeah, there was two others. They had 4 and a 3-year span, I think. And one of them was good and one of them was bad. I don't remember. Oh, Luke, that's a bad take. That's cool. Nick Mullins starts at least 5 games for Philly in 2021.
Good take for the point of discussion because he was just signed. They have Joe Flacco, right? I think Joe Flacco will dress. I'm not even sure Nick Mullins is going to dress. I'm not sure he's going to make the team.
What's the ceiling for Joe? What's the point of Joe Flacco? I'm being dead serious, like dead ass. What's the point of Joe Flacco?
He's played in the NFL. Like I know that Nick Mullins has, but he's so limited. Like the only reason he had a chance was because of the structure of Kyle Shanahan's offense with the quick throws and then just occasionally a shot.
And Mullins doesn't have anything. What chance is Joe Flacco going to give you at this point? As a statue behind a team that has a slowly evaporating offensive line and is going to be bad.
You know as well as I do that it's not necessarily like we recognize that, but NFL teams don't. They're going to roster Joe Flacco, and he's going to play if Jalen Hurts falls on his face or gets hurt.
No, there's zero ceiling. There's zero reason to roster Joe Flacco or play Joe Flacco in any scenario at all.
Let's do it. Joe Flacco's on the week 1 roster for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying it's dumb and there's no reason to do it. What's the point? You're a rebuilding team, quite clearly. You're clearly in the market for a quarterback. That's why you're hoarding all these first-round picks. What are you doing? What, are you going to play Joe Flacco so he can go balls out crazy one night and win you a game and ruin it? It's dumb.
Dude, I'm with you, and we're on the same page there, but they're going to keep him, and he's going to play.
Take from Josh. The 12-team playoff will, quote, save college football from it being Bama, Clemson, Ohio State every year.
I don't know. I think I'm probably betting on those 3 teams to advance to the Final Four just about every year unless they're playing each other.
Just delaying the inevitable. I like those games. But I also, as we discussed on the Friday show, I like that more people get a seat at the table, and I think the griping and whining is going to subside, and that's a win for me.
I can't wait till the first time the 13th team gets left out and there's a complaint about it.
I can't believe. Yeah, especially because it's going to be less. Like the difference between 4 and 5 and the difference between 12 and 13. You know what I mean? Like
it's going to be smaller between 12 and 13, to which I would say, well, then don't lose 3 or 4 games.
But
it's going to be like,
sorry.
But wait a minute.
Like Michigan, Iowa or Arizona State. Like we're doing this,
It also might not work that way where it's 12 is in and 13 is out. Right? Because it's the top 6.
6 at large.
It's the top 6 conferences. So if there's a year where a conference is bad, their conference champion might be 12 or 13. It's happened before.
Right.
Yeah.
So so it might not be team 12 gets left out or team 13 gets left out. It might be a little different. But consider me a big fan of 12, and I think I said on the Friday pod I would go all the way up to 16, no problem. No problem.
If you're searching, Shuby, I got something.
Well, let me put this take up, and then if you have it, is this a take?
I have a personal take as well.
Okay, so let's do this one from KO Playa. Anthony Ferkser scores more touchdowns than Julio Jones in that Titans offense.
I see what he's doing here, and it'll be close. It'll be close. Yeah, I think it'll happen. I think that's a true statement.
So how many does Julio have, and how many does Ferkser have? Like 6 and 5?
7 and 8, something like that.
7 and 8. And then how many is A.J. Brown going to have?
Like 8 or 9.
How many touchdowns is Ryan Tannehill going to pass for this year?
Well, that's 25 right there-ish, 20-ish. I don't know. What's 8 plus 7 plus 6? What is that?
Real definition of draft dudes do math. That's 21.
Okay, and a few miscellaneous ones. Get up to 30, right?
Dolphins crazy. I just want to say I support this, but logistically it would never happen. All right, what do you guys have? You guys both had something that you wanted to
give it to
Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
No, you do yours.
Guy.
Okay.
No,
all right.
No.
Oh,
you had it first. Go ahead.
I heard this on a podcast. My apologies for not citing it properly. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't remember.
What a jerk! Unbelievable.
So, and well, here's the thing. In my defense, they heard it on another podcast and they brought it up on another.
We're stealing content that was stolen by somebody else. This is great.
So the idea was, all right, the NFL is kind of trending towards adding games. They just put up number 17. I think we all kind of think it's inevitable that it grows from there.
Mm-hmm.
So what, and I'm not sure I agree with this. I'm bringing this up for the sake of discussion. And in fact, I don't think I do agree with it, but it's interesting. What if this gets to 18, 19, maybe 20 games, but the NFL PA comes in and says, okay, you want your 20 games, you can have them, but there's a hard cap that players can only be active for 16. And so injuries take care of some of it, but if not, then you have to pick for all your players 4 games that they can't participate in.
You can expand the roster sizes?
Of course, yeah, you'd have to do all of that, but conceptually, do you like that or not like it? I know with baseball, right? Like when your ace is on the mound versus your 4th pitcher, different baseball team. But there's also 162 games for that to stabilize, and you don't understand that.
I don't like it.
I like it. It's never going to work in football. They're never going to agree to a roster size long enough or large enough for this to work.
If you get 4 more games, you'd be happy to pay those salaries, wouldn't you?
No, because you're diluting the product.
Correct. Joe, let's use baseball as an example because I think it was a good one.
Speaking of diluted products, go ahead. Talk about baseball, please.
There is a 25-man roster, but on any given day, Joe, I've only got 8 people in the field. I got 1 starter. That's 9 people. And I got the rest of my guys are bench and bullpen and the rest of my rotation. Proportionally, my starters to my bench, think of what that number would be for a 53-man roster in football.
Again,
you're talking of a roster of over 100 players.
Remember, I don't support this. So, like, I just this is for discussion. I'm against it. I want 16 games.
This is a fair point. I don't think this matters, Dolphins craze, because if the NFL is making the kind of money that they would make from it, I don't think they care about that. But it is an important note. But I think the rosters would have to be too big. You're talking of rosters over 100 people. Up there. This one?
Yes. Like, you don't think this is within the realm of possibilities? I don't support it. I love football as much as anyone in the world. 16 regular season games per team I was satisfied with that.
But Joe, in baseball, you have almost less than half of the 25-man roster that you're using on a daily basis. So to rotate guys in and out, and in baseball, if I want to, I could run a guy out there for 162 games. Does some of the star players play 156? They're not forced to sit a bunch of games. In this scenario, you're saying they have to sit for 4? The rosters would have to be too big, not in a million years. Kyle?
I don't like it.
No, I meant your take, but...
Oh, great. I was wondering if we were going to get to mine.
No, yeah, I wanted to get to it, yeah. Here's another point.
The nickel...
Sorry, where are you finding those players? Sorry.
The nickel corner position is the most undervalued position currently from a team building process in the game of football.
Fact. I mean, the NFL discriminates against them. They don't draft them until usually day 3. Maybe you'll get one
late
in the 3rd
day
round.
2. Yep.
Yeah. And it's not a position that you've seen the willingness to pay like it's a starter, despite most teams. I mean, the Bills were in nickel 91% of the time last year.
Right.
And I think those percentages range from like 65 to 90. Unless you're Seattle, you don't believe in nickel defense, but like everyone else is in 3/4 of the time in nickel.
So I don't know. It's just weird to me that is a position that now more than ever has become invaluable, whether it chooses to be a third safety or a third cornerback.
Yeah.
But, they don't get paid, or the vast majority of them don't get paid, at least not like the guys on the outside. And I get that, but I don't know you could argue in certain phases of the game, like run support, a nickel corner is more important than an outside corner.
Yeah, they do more.
this was all spurred on by on Friday. I was on the Dolphins presser and got to ask Brian Flores about, his perspective on playing inside versus outside in the NFL. And he's like, it's tough playing inside. You got to know your run fits. You got to be aware of the fronts. You're on the outside. It's hard enough because you're on an island, but even then you still have the boundary to use as an extra defender. You're in the slot. Guy can go a full 360 on you. You got to know the run fits. You got to be more cognizant of run and tackling and filling.
Blitzing.
There's more going on. Yep. The blitzing and being a pressure player. Like, U.S. a lot of times, I think the pure at its root, being an outside corner is probably more challenging from a physical perspective, but from a mental perspective and a versatility perspective, it's harder to be a nickel corner than it is to be an outside corner.
One of the players that I did for our scouting meeting tomorrow is Tyreek Stevenson. He's a corner from Miami. He just transferred there from Georgia. The reason he transferred out of Georgia, he came out and said, I want to be a traditional outside corner, and they're asking me to do too much in the slot. Like, do too much, like have too many roles. I mean, they buzz him back to deep middle. I mean, obviously, man zone, blitzing a ton, a lot of run fit type stuff.
I know of an all-pro safety that requested to be traded because a team was asking him to do too much in the nickel.
It's different kind of breed, man. I mean, there's a different type of mindset that you have to play that spot.
Yes. Yeah. But, I just reflecting on that, and I stewed on it all weekend because Coach Flores gave me a phenomenal answer, and I was really appreciative that he went into the depth that he went to answer it. I was like, man, there's a whole lot that you got to rely on for this guy to do. And we're not seeing teams. You're starting to see some teams that are covering coverage more than pass rushing, going for extra depth at corner. Unfortunately, not the Buffalo Bills, which was the only thing you wanted them to draft. Starting, I don't know.
You're not going to do it, man.
The 31st overall pick, you were ready to say, all right, just draft me a corner now. And they didn't do it.
One of them. Yeah. They're not going to.
So, yeah, I firmly believe as of right now that nickel corner, or that nickel role, whatever you want to classify it as a safety corner, whatever, is the most undervalued position in football right now.
Is there another team that has been so blatant about being pass rush over coverage? Because I think it's easy to point to the teams that say coverage, right? Whether that's Baltimore, New England, Miami, they are 100 million% coverage over pass rush. The Bills are 1 million% pass rush over coverage, but is there anyone else that is like in that boat?
Oh, okay.
I know that's a hell of a question to spur on us here, but
I don't know.
A lot of the teams that are coming to mind,
the NFC East.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, like Washington's built a really good secondary. The Giants have built a really good secondary. Dallas has no idea how to build a defense. Philadelphia's pass rush over coverage.
Yep. So
great. I'm aligned with Philly
instead of Baltimore and New England.
You love it. You gotta love to see that. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, any parting thoughts for the people?
Hope everybody's enjoying the Euros. It's been some fun soccer that has been on every day.
Admittedly, have not seen a single second of it.
I'm at the point in life where if it's not happening like in my house with my family or in the football world, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue what's going on in baseball, NBA, movies.
That's your first place, Joe.
Gave up on baseball already. That's
dude,
good to know.
I don't have the bandwidth, and I just
June
honestly
14th.
don't care.
And Dolphins Grace, absolutely agree with this. Absolutely agree.
I lied. I did see that, and that was horrible. It's good to hear that he's doing well, or it sounds like he's doing well, and we're hoping for the best.
Gotten all good news there on that front, so it's been good.
All right, so I think that's going to do it for us. 30 minutes flies by on a Monday evening. We hope you guys enjoyed. You brought some great takes. As always, we wouldn't expect anything less from you guys. So, but that's going to do it for us. We have another live stream on Thursday night. We got some great shows lined up this week. So make sure you hit subscribe on the Draft Dudes podcast. Follow the YouTube channel. Luke,
I was just going to stop you here. Luke, you have redeemed yourself.
Okay.
I'm surprised you don't have it with you.
No, I thought about bringing it up, but Hold on.
We were actually we recorded Monday's episode last night, and Kyle was an hour late to our recording session, and this was why, because he had to get this photo shoot taken of him in his jersey.
What player is that, Kyle?
It is Xavier.
Miles Gaskin?
It's Xavier Howard. No, so if you missed this when we last talked about it, I did a donation to the Miami Dolphins Foundation, and they send you a mystery box that had a full uniform in it, and with like authentic game jersey and a helmet, pants, socks. So I opened this box up, and it's Xavier Howard's jersey and like a full-on get-up. So naturally, Joe was like, yo, I want to be here when you open it. So we opened the mystery box, and I put it on, and I'm walking around the house, and it was the most ridiculous 30 minutes of my life. But, yeah, I got a full Dolphins jersey with Xavier Howard on. So I'll have to figure out a mannequin or something to put it on. So have that up in the office, because I can't possibly wear that myself unless I go to games and have like a mask on or something like that.
Oh, no, dude. Halloween. You can wear it on Halloween.
Yeah, we'll go to Buffalo. We'll go to the Bills, because the Bills and Dolphins play on Halloween, and I'll wear a full.
Your ass will be in the full Xavier Howard.
Yep. Somebody will be power bombing me through a table, and yeah, that'll be fun. So. More fun coming this week. Kyle Krabs, Joe Mann, and Chris Schubert. Thanks always for watching the Draft Dudes live streams, brought to you by Mighty Swell. Cheers. Have a great